Yo, what's up guys, Dota Academy here, and these are the new items in patch 7.07, the Dueling Fates update. The first new item we have is called Meteor Hammer. It requires an Ogre Axe, Staff of Wizardry, Ring of Regen, Sage's Mask, and that accumulates to 2,625 gold. It gives you plus 12 strength, plus 12 intelligence, plus 4 HP regen, and plus 1.5 mana regen. So it has an active which you channel for 3 seconds, and it summons a meteor that hits a 300 AoE and it stuns for 1.75 seconds. It applies a 6-second debuff that deals 60 damage per second. So that's 360 damage, or 115 to non-structures. So yeah, I think so. It does more damage to non-structures, but it does 60 damage per second to structures. The cast range is 600 and the cooldown's 40. Relatively, well, it's a fair mana cost, I think. And you have vision over the impact area for the channel duration. So it does destroy trees, and it takes half a second for the meteor to land. So that's Meteor Hammer. So it does give quite decent stats for 2,000-ish gold item, but we'll see like over the next few days which heroes are going to be building it and stuff like that. Next we've got Aeon Disc. It requires a vitality booster, energy booster, and a recipe, totaling almost 4,000 gold. It gives you 250 health, 250 mana, and 25% status resistance, which is the new thing that Dota have added about status. So this basically reduces the duration of effects like stun, silences, disarm, roots, etc. So by 25% it will reduce that. So if you were going to be stunned for 4 seconds, you'll only be stunned for 3 seconds. And for DPS debuffs with slows, it reduces the slow values. And it has a passive which is whenever you take damage and are below 80% health, you get a strong dispel on your hero and you gain a 2.5 second buff that reduces all incoming and outgoing damage to 0. The cooldown is 100 seconds on this, and it only works on player based damage, so no structures and stuff like that. So that's going to be quite interesting, because for 2.5 seconds you won't be able to receive any damage. You won't be able to deal damage, but you won't be able to receive. So that may be enough time for you to, let's say, TP out to base or something like that. So that's quite an interesting one. We've got Spirit Vessel, which requires Urn of Shadow, Vitality Booster, Windlace, and a recipe. So this is just an upgrade for Urn of Shadows. Gives you health, nice movement speed, gives you 2 all stats, 2 armor, 1 mana regen. So, if you cast on an enemy, it reduces their enemy HP regen and heals by 70% and drains 3% of the target's current health per second. If you cast on an ally, now it amplifies their HP regen and heals by 20%. So it's kind of like a really buffed Urn of Shadows now, and it increases the health by 1% of the current health per second for the allied target. So a buffed Urn of Shadows, pretty much. That's what the Spirit Vessel is. We've got Nullifier. It requires a Sacred Relic, Helm of the Iron Will, for 4,700 gold. It gives you 65 damage, 5 armor, and 5 HP regen. It has an active that dispels the target and mutes them for 5 seconds. Anytime the muted target is attacked, it will be slowed by 100% for 0.4 seconds. Apply slow on projectile impact. So the cooldown's 14 seconds, the mana cost 100, cast range 600, and the projectile speed 1,200. So this seems like a really strong item, especially because it builds from Sacred Relic, which was one of the most expensive items in the game. And it's a 5-second mute, and anytime they're attacked, the enemy heroes attack, they're slowed by 100% for 0.4 seconds. That's any single time they're attacked. So say you've got really fast attack speed, or everyone on your team's hitting someone, like they'll just be 100% slowed for quite a while, like, or maybe for that whole 5 seconds. So you can literally have a 5 second where they're muted and they can't move. So that's going to be interesting to see. probably it will be carries who are going to get the item, obviously. And the last new item is called Kea. This requires Staff of Wizardry, Robe of Magi, and a recipe. Gives you quite a fair bit of intelligence, plus 10% spell amplification, and plus 10% mana and mana loss reductions. So this affects things like mana burn, mana break, etc. And this multiple instances does not stack. So this is a quite nice support item for the intelligence supports, and increasing spell amp and mana cost and mana loss reduction. So those are the 5 new items in Dota 2 for Dueling Fates update. Please leave a like rating below if you enjoyed this and want to see more, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.